Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, turbulence at the nation's major airports, the deep freeze on the way, and the skyborne sisters with the baby boom taking off. Air travel chaos. Hundreds of flights canceled from coast to coast as the FAA cuts air traffic due to the government shutdown, with shortages of air traffic controllers and TSA agents as they work without pay. A top executive from American Airlines joins us live with what flyers can do.
Showdown over SNAP benefits.
We are in a food crisis.
As concerns grow for more and more Americans trying to put food on the table for their families. A federal judge now accusing the Trump administration of withholding federal food assistance for political reasons and ordering it to fully distribute benefits. The reaction from the White House.
Arctic blast. Ginger is tracking the temperature set to plunge for tens of millions of Americans.
Overnight, the NFL paying tribute. A moment of silence for 24-year-old Dallas Cowboys star Marshawn Kneeland, who died by an apparent suicide. Just days after this moment on the field.
Kneeland, the touchdown!
What we know this morning.
Growing pressure. House Democrats calling for former Prince Andrew to appear for an interview as part of their ongoing probe into Jeffrey Epstein. How the palace is responding.
Weight loss game changer. The new deal to lower the price of two popular weight loss medications and expand access. How soon you can get them, what they'll cost.
Funny money. The new warning about bills from movie sets being passed off as the real deal. How you can tell the difference. And if you want some real money, and a whole lot of it, the two big jackpots on the line this weekend.
Sisterhood in the sky. Meet the 6 flight nurses delivering critical care every day as their own baby boom takes off. Plus, the penguin plunge that has us jumping into the weekend.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Friday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. On this Friday morning, we cannot wait to bring you that story of those amazing flight nurses and moms.
Yeah, that is a great story. We're also GMA Strong this morning, spotlighting communities around the country where neighbors are helping neighbors as demand for food assistance reaches new levels. We're live on the front line of the growing crisis at food pantries across America. And we have some big announcements.
We do. Our GMA community always shows up when people are in need, but we're going to start here with that air travel chaos across the country. Hundreds of flights have been canceled this morning as the FAA mandated cuts take effect as the record-long government shutdown strains airports and threatens safety with shortages of air traffic controllers and TSA agents across the country.
40 airports in the nation's biggest cities will see a 10% cut in flights. The chief operating officer of American Airlines is standing by to talk with us live about the impact of the cuts and what passengers can do. But we begin with Whit Johnson at LaGuardia Airport here in New York. Good morning, Whit.
Hey, Michael, good morning to you. The major airlines say they're trying to be strategic, only canceling flights that will have the smallest impact on passengers. But many fear as this shutdown drags on, it will only get worse with the Thanksgiving travel rush less than 3 weeks away.
This morning, travelers feeling turbulence coast to coast as the FAA cancels hundreds of flights at 40 major airports because of the government shutdown.
Everybody's suffering in the country because of the shutdown.
More than 800 flights already canceled this morning. Frustration mounting.
It affects your money, your expenses, and that's tough.
Would you be open to getting a backup ticket?
You got to have backup money. I don't have that.
Some travelers who were notified of flight cancellations now opting to cancel their trip altogether instead of rebooking.
I don't know when all this is going to, end.
The 40 airports impacted, including the country's busiest, from Atlanta to Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, Boston, and Miami. Airlines told to reduce flights by 4% today, ramping up to 10% over the next several days. American canceling around 220 daily flights, Delta canceling 170, and United canceling just under 200 per day.
If you're in a market with only 2 small regional flights and you cancel one or both of them, that's a huge impact to that market. We want to avoid that. And so what we're doing is really spreading it around the system.
The Trump administration says they're trying to ease the strain on 13,000 air traffic controllers, but some critics argue it's just a move to pressure Democrats to reopen the government as the shutdown reaches day 38. This as more than 60,000 TSA agents are also working without pay. These essential workers forced to decide if they can even afford to keep showing up on the job.
This is the little bit that is in here. This is enough to hold over for maybe another week. The fridge is pretty much empty.
Maggie Sabatino is a lead TSA agent in Philadelphia and a mother of 2.
We were told if you call in sick, you have to provide medical documentation. When I call out, I tell them the truth. Can't afford childcare.
So you can see the impact here. The airlines say for passengers who are going to experience a canceled flight, they hope to be able to notify them a day in advance and then rebook them on another flight. For passengers who do not want to be rebooked, they are entitled to a full cash refund. George.
Okay, Wood, thanks very much. We're joined now by the COO of American Airlines, David Seymour. He's at the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Of course, they're impacted there. Mr. Seymour, thank you for joining us this morning. Just start out by giving us a lay of the land from your perspective.
Well, good morning, and thanks for having me join and talk about this. First thing I want to say is I want to thank all of the federal workers, all of our air traffic controllers, our TSA officers, our CBP officers, and all the people that support them for coming in and working like they are without pay. It is incredible what they're doing and ensuring that our aviation system is safe. Now, I also thank our team who's doing everything during this shutdown here to ensure that we are minimizing the disruption and making sure that our customers are always the center of our focus and attention on how we manage through this. But let me be clear. We need to get the government reopened. We need to get this aviation system back, and I implore our members of Congress to get together and get the government reopened so we can get back to normalcy. Aviation is super critical to this nation. It's super critical to our traveling public.
What impact has this had on American Airlines flights, and what can passengers expect?
Well, you know, American Airlines is a largest airline, and so we are operating today over 6,000 flights. Now, we've had to cancel as a part of this directive 220 flights today, and that will be the same number through the weekend until we start ramping up. We have been working tirelessly through around the clock to ensure that we're minimizing the disruption to our customers, and we will continue to do that as long as this directive is in place. But it's, I just tell our customers right now, with 6,000 flights still operating today, we are ensuring that we have flexibility for those that are impacted by this. We've reached out to them. We've given them options to reaccommodate themselves and given them travel flexibility during this period.
So if people want, if they just don't want to fly now, they'll get a full refund?
Yes, they'll get a full refund, and they can go to our website or to our app and apply for that. But I just want to tell folks that are flying on American Airlines that we still have a lot of flights that we're operating, and we're ensuring that we are creating as minimal of an impact to them and their travel plans, because we know people need to travel.
It's going to get tougher as you head to Thanksgiving, right?
Well, what I go back to is super important that we end this government shutdown and we get this aviation system open. Aviation is super critical, but we're going to continue to abide by the FAA mandate that they have, and again, be focused in on taking care of our customers and minimizing any impact that they might feel.
Okay, Mr. Seymour, thanks very much for your time this morning. Rebecca?
All right, George, and that ripple effect, the $14 billion in costs on the economy have one impact, and then this 38 days worth of shutdown now. A federal judge has ordered the Trump administration to fully fund SNAP benefits, which more than 40 million Americans depend on. The judge accused the administration of withholding the benefits for political reasons. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott is tracking this for us. Good morning, Rachel.
Rebecca, good morning to you. And these were strong words from this federal judge saying the administration did not comply with his court order and must fully fund SNAP benefits by today. But it does set the stage for another legal battle with 42 million Americans hanging in limbo.
38 days into the government shutdown, this morning a federal judge accusing the White House of withholding federal food assistance for political reasons and ordering the administration to fully distribute SNAP benefits by today. Judge John McConnell saying, quote, People have gone without for too long. Not making payments to them for even another day is simply unacceptable. Vice President J.D. Vance arguing it's not up to the courts to decide.
In the midst of a shutdown, we can't have a federal court telling the president how he has to triage the situation.
Just days ago, the administration had agreed to tap into more than $4.5 billion in emergency funding to partially fund SNAP, which 42 million Americans rely on. The White House insisted those payments would still go out. Even after the president posted on social media, SNAP benefits will be given only when the radical left Democrats open up government. The judge pointing to the president's own words, accusing the administration of defying the court's order and causing irreparable harm, saying, quote, "The evidence shows that people will go hungry, food pantries will be overburdened, and needless suffering will occur."
So the administration does plan to appeal this ruling. Back here on Capitol Hill, the Senate is expected to vote for the 15th time to reopen the government. And even as so many Americans out there are worried about whether or not they're going to receive their benefits, federal workers are going without pay. Right now, lawmakers are still getting their paycheck, even though the House of Representatives has been out of town and out of session for 49 days, Michael.
Yeah, it's embarrassing at this point, Rachel. It really is. Thank you so much. We're going to turn now to the search for answers. After the deadly UPS plane crash in Kentucky, the pilots have now been identified as the death toll climbs to at least 13. Matt Rivers is in Louisville with the latest for us. And Matt, people are unfortunately still missing. Good morning.
That's right, Michael, as multiple federal agencies set to continue their investigation today into this deadly crash that killed more than a dozen people. And we know, unfortunately, that number likely set to get higher, with 9 people at this point still missing. Among those killed, Luis Nesfadon and his 3-year-old granddaughter, Kimberly Asa. UPS identifying their 3 crew members on board that plane that died in that crash: Captain Richard Wartenberg, First Officer Lee Truitt, and International Relief Officer Captain Dana Diamond. The NTSB leading this investigation. They have successfully extracted data from both the flight data and cockpit voice recorders, as preliminary data shows the plane got up to 450 feet above ground, going 210 miles an hour when it crashed. This, as a past FAA record from September, details the extensive maintenance the plane underwent. Among the issues, a crack in a fuel tank, though it's unclear if that had anything to do with this crash. And George, overnight, the community here coming together for a vigil for the lives lost in this crash. As for what caused this, that answer, George, still likely weeks or even months away.
Okay, Matt, thanks very much. Turn on to the NFL. They paid tribute overnight after the Dallas Cowboys' Marshawn Kneeland died by apparent suicide. Will Reeves here with that sad story. Good morning, Will.
Yeah, good morning, George. It is a shocking and sad story, and the details here are quite difficult. The NFL community is reeling at the news of Marshawn Kneeland's death as the Broncos and Raiders played last night, but before they did that, they paid tribute.
The Denver Broncos joined the Dallas Cowboys and the entire NFL community in mourning Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland.
Overnight, the NFL paying tribute to one of its own, with a moment of silence for Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland, who died by an apparent suicide following a police chase. According to authorities, around 10:30 Wednesday night, Kneeland fled from a traffic stop, which set off a short pursuit before law enforcement found his vehicle crashed and abandoned near the Dallas Parkway. Loved ones warning police of a potential mental health crisis.
We're talking to the girlfriend. She's saying he is armed and has a history of mental illness, and her quote was, "He will end it all."
The urgent search for the 24-year-old ending in tragedy when authorities say they discovered his body with a self-inflicted gunshot wound 3 hours after the crash. The devastating news coming just days after jubilation on the field.
And Kneeland won that race to the end zone.
The defensive end recovering a blocked punt for a touchdown during Monday Night Football just days ago.
Kneeland, the touchdown.
Kneeland was the Cowboys' second-round pick in 2024. He's been open about his struggles over the loss of his mother, who died suddenly before he was drafted.
We got this right here, man. Got her ashes. And yeah, you can zoom in on that, her birthday. It's so nice, man.
The Cowboys remembering Kneeland as a beloved teammate and member of our organization. Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott reacting to the news.
It's been a very tough day. I heard from Marshawn, I heard for his family, I heard for his girlfriend, I heard for every single one of my teammates.
And tributes still pouring in. Cowboys player Solomon Thomas writing in part in a tribute, quote, "We will lift your spirit up every day. To anyone struggling, please hold on to that light." Former teammate Micah Parsons, the NFL, among others, also paying tribute to Nealon during a very difficult and shocking time.
Yeah, a very difficult and shocking time, and so sad. As you said, Michael, we're thinking of his whole family and that whole community. All right, well, thank you. We're going to turn now to the Farmers Almanac, publishing its last edition. And Lara is here with more on that. Say it ain't so, Lara.
Guys, I remember using the Almanac for any kind of important event coming up in our lives in my house. In the days before the internet, if you wanted to find out what the weather would be like on a certain date, I know I sound like I like wrote on walls with a... If you wanted to know what time high tide would roll in or which month would be best to plant your tomatoes, you would consult the Farmers Almanac. If it sounds a little outdated to look in a book to check the weather, well, sadly, it probably is. The makers of this American institution have announced 2026 will be the final year of publication, the end of an era. It was first published in 1818, and the Almanac was a staple in American households with folklore and advice on gardening, fishing, and astronomical events. It used a secret formula to predict the weather that included sunspots and lunar cycles, and makers say it had been almost 80% accurate in its 207 years. I can remember it being so spot on. A more recent study from the University of Illinois says it's more like 52%. But guys, that's not bad.
No,
book.
No. So you got a chance.
Yeah, it's like you're telling me
it's
basically like a quarter.
52% too.
Yeah. The publishers posted an announcement calling it the season we hoped had never come. They went on to write that although the Almanac will no longer be available in print or online, it lives on within you. So go ahead and plant your peas when the daffodils bloom. That was one of the pieces of advice in there. Watch for the red sky at night, sailor's delight. And tell the grandkids how granddad always swore by the Almanac. That's how our story lives on. The final edition now available for purchase online and in stores, and you can probably guess this girl's buying it.
Yeah, like story, they have all kind of stuff in there.
It's just, it's like a piece of Americana.
You gave them a sweet send-off.
Yes.
That's some book sales.
Coming up, the new fallout for the former Prince Andrew called to appear before a House committee investigating Jeffrey Epstein. Ian Pennell is staying by at Buckingham Palace with the latest on that.
Also ahead, the major deal to slash the price of popular weight loss medications. We have answers to the most searched questions.
And new at 7:30, the new warning about fake Hollywood bills circulating, how you can recognize the funny money.
And coming up, we're GMA Strong shining light this morning on frontline food branches trying to meet the demand for food assistance. They are stepping up for their community. We have some big surprises for them.
Welcome back to GMA, where we are GMA Strong this morning. Grassroots food pantries across the nation are struggling to meet demand for food assistance during the government shutdown. But we have some good news this morning, and we'll tell you how you can get involved to help your neighbor. That's all coming up.
Yeah, we're going to do our best on that. First, new at 7:30. After more than 2 years of civil war, the paramilitary group fighting against Sudan's army says it's agreed to a humanitarian ceasefire proposal by the United States, an effort to address the dire situation there caused by the war. The Sudanese army has not responded to the announcement. Also, the former Virginia teacher who was shot by a 6-year-old student in 2023 was awarded $10 million in a civil case against the school's former assistant principal. Former assistant principal will now be tried criminally for allegedly ignoring warnings that the boy had brought a gun to school. And police in Florida are warning about fake money being circulated. The phony $120 bills are really movie props labeled for motion picture purposes, but they're being passed off as real. Another giveaway.
Money, real money, and a lot of it. 2 big-time jackpots are up for grabs this weekend. Tonight's Mega Millions drawing is worth $843 million. It's been more than 4 months since anyone has taken home the top prize, the longest span, by the way, in Mega Millions history. And then tomorrow night's Powerball is worth a measly $467 million. Even if you don't bring home the big bucks, all 45 of the states that have these mega lotto drawings have to put aside some of the revenue from ticket sales to go to good causes like public education, environmental protection, and senior and veteran care.
Are you guys playing?
I'm going to.
I haven't
I'm
had one
in it
yet.
to win it.
I've been
I'm
looking
definitely-
around the room because I'm going to miss your faces.
You say it every time.
I say it every time. And half the time I don't even play. But all right, thank you for that, Lara. We're going to turn now to the former Prince Andrew, called to appear before Congress for an interview about Jeffrey Epstein by members of the House Oversight Committee. Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Pannell at Buckingham Palace with the story. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, Michael. This summons puts Andrew Mountbatten Windsor under yet more scrutiny. As a foreign national, he isn't actually legally bound to talk to Congress. So the big question is, will he help with this investigation? This morning, Prince Andrew no more. The British royal officially stripped of his title, now officially known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. But despite the government shutdown, US Democrats from the House Oversight Committee now calling for Andrew to appear before them as part of their ongoing probe into the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Our ask is that Andrew has an opportunity right now to come clean about what he may know, about information he might have about Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, and about other people that could have been involved in these horrific actions and crimes.
Buckingham Palace declining to comment. They no longer speak for Andrew.
The Congress development is hugely significant because it shows how seriously it's been taken. My opinion is he will simply ignore the request by Congress. More embarrassment for the royal family and more embarrassment for him.
Just last week, King Charles stripping his brother of his titles and his home as further questions arose over Andrew's friendship with Epstein. US House representatives citing an email recently released that caused controversy in both the US and the UK. Andrew reportedly writing to Epstein in 2011 saying, "We're in this together and we'll play some more soon." In an interview with the BBC in 2019, he claimed he'd cut ties with Epstein in 2010. In the same interview, Andrew denying ever meeting Virginia Giuffre, who long claimed that Epstein trafficked her to have sex with Andrew when she was a minor.
I can tell you categorically, I don't remember meeting her at all. I do not remember a photograph being taken. And I've said consistently and frequently that we never had any sort of sexual contact whatever.
He knows exactly what he's done, and I hope he comes clean about it.
Giuffre died by suicide earlier this year, but repeated the allegations in her posthumous memoir published last month. She described Andrew as entitled and said he believed having sex with me was his birthright. Andrew's always denied these accusations, but he agreed to an out-of-court settlement with Giuffre in 2022, denying any wrongdoing, but reportedly paying her millions. Andrew's previously been called to assist in the US investigation into Epstein's co-conspirators, and despite issuing a statement in 2019 saying he would be willing to help any appropriate law enforcement agency with their investigations, to date he's not known to have spoken to any US prosecutors. Well, the House committee has given him until November the 20th to reply, so we're just going to have to wait and see what he says. In the meantime, Andrew and his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson are preparing to leave Royal Lodge after their eviction last week. The palace saying they'll be out as soon as possible, with Andrew heading to the King's private estate, Sandringham. Guys?
All right, Ian, thank you.
GMA Strong. This morning we're live at food pantries across the country as we enter day 38 of the government shutdown with federal food assistance suspended. It's hitting families hard all across the nation, and we'll be back with the details. Hey, Will.
Yeah, good morning again, George. Hello, everyone. This morning marks day 7 without SNAP benefits, the federal nutritional assistance program that 1 in 8 Americans rely on for food. And although a federal judge yesterday ordered the resumption of SNAP payments, it remains to be seen how quickly that will be implemented. So in the meantime, millions are in need of help right now.
We are in a food crisis.
This morning marks the 7th day since SNAP funding was cut off due to the government shutdown, and some food pantries across the nation say they're straining to meet the skyrocketing demand.
Our shelves are pretty bare, and we're getting a little nervous.
More than likely, we will not have any produce to serve all the families that visit tomorrow.
The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, known as SNAP, serves 1 in 8 Americans, nearly 42 million people. It's the largest food assistance program in the country.
All right, come on.
And for every 1 meal provided by a food bank, SNAP provides 9 more.
So now if we're the only food source for people, I just don't know how these kids and elderly and disabled, I don't know what they can do.
My link card was canceled, don't have any food, and it's kind of scary.
For many SNAP recipients, these food banks are the last resort resource to get food on the table. Christine Lehner of Ohio says she's been skipping meals to help feed her 4 children.
For the last 3 days, I have not eaten anything, to make sure they were fed. I'd rather starve, rather see them go hungry.
Tens of thousands of food pantries and community kitchens around the country are struggling to fill the gap, and they're working incredibly hard to do everything they can to help.
Thank goodness for that. Yeah. Thank you, Will.
Yep. And now Morgan Norwood is at a food distribution site in Cleveland, Ohio with more for us. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning to you. I was just listening to the statistic that Will gave out, and it is truly staggering. And I have another one for you guys. 42 million Americans rely on SNAP benefits just to put food on the table. And the thing is, 40% of those 42 million are children. So think about those tiny little bellies going hungry. And that's why community centers here, like the May Dugan Center, are so critical. They've been working to fill the need here. And I'm joined this morning by Nestle Cares. We've got volunteers here. They've been working. We got kind of an assembly line going this morning. We're filling bags. And then also to my right, I've got some representatives and leaders here from Nestle as well. So Tom, thank you so much for joining us. Why is this so important that you guys show up in the community like this today?
Yeah, first of all, on behalf of everybody from Nestle, thanks for joining us here today. As the world's largest food and beverage company with deep roots right here in Cleveland, Ohio, supporting access to food in our communities in which we work and live is something that's passionate for us as Nestle as we try to make a positive impact for our neighbors. And we know during these times, there's immense pressure on food insecurity across the entire country. So it's super inspiring to see everybody come together and we can have an impact when we bring the power and passion of our people.
Yeah, we've been at this all morning long. And then Adam Graves is joining me as well. Adam, we've got a special announcement on behalf of Nestle. Tell us about that.
We do, Morgan. In service of those around the country that are being challenged by food insecurity, Nestle is donating $1 million in food grants across the country to help provide food access to communities just like the one here in Cleveland, Ohio. Additionally, Nestle is going to be donating $2.5 million worth of product to help families come together during the holiday season, put food on the table, and this will come in the form of products like Gerber baby food and DiGiorno frozen pizza.
Much needed support here, and if my math is correct, that's $3.5 million worth of support that's going to so many families that are in need all around the country, guys. What a great start.
What a great start.
Yeah,
truly.
it sure is. And as you said, it's just a start, Morgan, but it is fantastic. And thank you for being there for us. And thank everyone there. And we really appreciate you, as do all the people who's going to help. And if you need food assistance or if you would like to volunteer or donate, scan that QR code that's on your screen. And we have more help on the way in our next hour with more GMA Strong.
Yeah, we're looking forward to bringing that to you. Play of the day time, Lara. Take it away.
And what a play it is, everybody. So for new moms, getting support through pregnancy is really vital. And that's exactly what happened to 6 nurses who work on a very demanding medevac flight for a Chicago medical center. Well, they all got pregnant right around the same time, and they were all so committed to sharing their combined strength.
These flight nurses deliver critical care in the skies every single day, flying 24-hour shifts in a medevac chopper. Now, their sisterhood in the sky bringing them even closer through their shared journey to motherhood.
When I found out Alex was pregnant, that same day I told her I was pregnant, and we both started crying. And then a couple of weeks later, we found out Kendra and Michelle were pregnant.
6 nurses at the University of Chicago Aero Medical Network finding themselves expecting at the same time.
A couple of us were new moms for the first time, and then we had a couple of veteran moms that were flying through pregnancy and then through, motherhood. And so a lot of words of encouragement and leaning on each other when we needed the support.
I had a really rough time. Actually, I had to stop flying at around 29 weeks, but my partners picked up the slack. Thank God for them.
Our entire team, outside of just us moms, have been
so supportive.
And now that they're almost all the way to the finish line.
This is Ivy James. This is Nellie. This is Cameron.
This is Reese.
This is Bennett.
This one's coming in a few weeks.
They'll continue to support each other through this next chapter.
We always do a good job of checking in with each other. How's your baby doing? Are you sleeping? No, me either.
And be there for each other no matter where life takes them.
It's just important to show a pregnant person working in an aircraft, taking care of critical patients, we can do hard things.
Yeah, we can, and they are. And those women had a very special bond before. It will be there for life. Those kids will be best friends, I'm sure. It's a really sweet story.
What a great story.
Yep.
You brought back baby nostalgia.
I know. Both of us, we missed the bows.
The bows are the cutest part.
I know.
And coming up, more GMA Strong, Neighbors Helping Neighbors, when we come back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Air travel chaos. Hundreds of flights canceled from coast to coast as the FAA cuts air traffic due to the government shutdown, with shortages of air traffic controllers and TSA agents as they work without pay.
The conversation around menopause, and more women are speaking about their struggle to manage their symptoms with their careers, how companies and even one state are taking note. And news that's not so yesterday. Overnight, Hilary Duff releasing her first music in a decade and what she's revealing about the song's inspiration.
GMA Strong. We're live across the country this morning with the volunteers getting food on the table and neighbors helping neighbors, where you can get help in your community, plus the ways to lend a hand. And we have some big surprises as we say, Good Morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Friday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. We are GMA Strong this morning, live at food banks across the nation as Americans step up to support their community in need as the government shutdown enters day 38 and federal food assistance was suspended 7 days ago.
Our viewers are so generous. Every little bit helps, and we want to thank you, our viewers who have already donated thousands of dollars to help. And right now we can announce that Walmart is doing its part, donating $500,000 worth of food products to 7 regional food banks. That is the equivalent of more than 420,000 meals for families in need. It's part of Walmart's year-round commitment to battle hunger in our country, and we have much more on that ahead.
We are glad they are stepping in. First, look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with that air travel chaos across the country. Hundreds of flights have been canceled as the FAA mandated cuts take effect. Record-long government shutdown strains airports. It's threatening safety. Shortages of air traffic controllers and TSA agents across the country right now. I want to go back to Whit Johnson at LaGuardia Airport here in New York. Good morning, Whit.
George, good morning to you. The longest government shutdown in history is already having major disruptions on air travel. More than 800 flights canceled so far today, and the fear is it's only going to get worse as we get closer to Thanksgiving, less than 3 weeks away. Now let's talk about those 40 major airports impacted by the reductions. We're talking the busiest in the country: Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, Miami. Airlines told to reduce flights by 4% today and then ramping up to 10% over the next several days. American Airlines canceling around 220 daily flights, Delta canceling 170, and United canceling just under 200 per day. That big picture you mentioned, 13,000 air traffic controllers and more than 60,000 TSA agents working right now without pay. The Trump administration says they're trying to ease the strain by reducing the number of flights, but some critics argue it's just a move to pressure Democrats to reopen the government as the shutdown reaches day 38. Now, the airlines say that they're hoping to notify passengers a day in advance of their flights being canceled and then rebook them on another flight. But for passengers who don't want to be rebooked, they are entitled to a full cash refund. Michael?
All right, Whit, thank you so much for that. And we're going to turn now to President Trump announcing deals with major drug companies that will dramatically lower the cost of some popular weight loss medications, potentially for millions of Americans, including those on Medicare. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, has that story. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Michael. Well, we know how wildly popular these drugs are, but many insurance companies don't cover them for weight loss. And now the Trump administration has negotiated a deal with pharmaceutical companies, making them accessible to millions of Americans who right now can't afford them. President Trump announcing that early next year, the price of weight loss drugs Wegovy and Zepbound will be dropping drastically, potentially impacting millions of Americans, including seniors on Medicare.
This is a triumph for American patients that will save lives and improve the health of millions and millions of Americans.
Right now, these drugs, known as GLP-1s, cost roughly $500 a month for people without insurance, making them out of reach for many Americans. But in the coming months, that price for the starter doses will fall to $350 a month and down to $250 over the next 2 years. The drugs will also soon be covered for people on Medicare who are severely obese, though not people who are simply overweight.
Just as significantly, Medicare and Medicaid will finally cover the cost of these weight loss drugs for millions of patients suffering from obesity.
Those on Medicare will pay just a $50 copay. Access will also be expanded for qualifying people on Medicaid, who could end up paying virtually nothing. With many on these drugs for life, I asked Dr. Mehmet Oz, who oversees Medicare and Medicaid, if he's confident the prices won't go back up. And you can guarantee the American people that once these costs go down, they're going to stay down.
I'm guaranteeing the American people that the tariff change by the Supreme Court won't affect these prices. There may be other manufacturing issues that can drive prices up and down, but I feel very confident that now we've set the standard.
And there are also lots of questions about the pill form of these drugs that are being developed but are still not approved by the FDA. But when they do become available under Trump's plan, the lowest dose could cost just $150 a month. And the Trump administration is also touting a new website, TrumpRx.gov, that's expected to go live in January, where patients will be able to compare the prices from various manufacturers. Now, the government won't actually be selling the drugs through this website. Instead, this is an effort to increase transparency about what these drugs actually cost. Guys.
Yep, you got to do the math. Mary, thank you. Coming up here in our GMA morning menu, navigating menopause in the workplace as more women speak up about their menopause journeys, how companies and even one state are responding.
Also, picking the perfect winter coat as the temperatures drop. Lori Bergamotto has the right fit.
Plus, Elle Fanning is here talking about her 2 new movies, including Predator Badlands, and Lara's with Tori Johnson and a special guest. Hey, guys.
Very special, Michael. Adam Glassman is here. You know him, you love him. Why? Because he brings the best stuff. It's a very special deals and steals from Oprah's favorite things. Great gift ideas, prices that cannot be beat, beautiful books, really good energy bars. Hand that over, young lady. Thank you. We'll be right back on Good Morning America. It's going to be fun. Welcome back to GMA. You know what? We're diving right into the weekend, just like these guys. Penguins near a research base in Antarctica. A geophysicist was sipping her morning coffee when she saw this happen. What a moment when hundreds of penguins took the leap into Friday, baby.
I like how they all wait their turn, though. It's like, you go next. All working in concert with each other. Yeah, you go first. Exactly. Thanks, Lara. We're going to turn now to our GMA cover story, something women have known for a long time, but now more and more talking about it, the difficulty that menopause can have on your working life. Elizabeth Schulze has a look at how growing attention on the issue is leading to some change. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Rebecca. So recent research is starting to show the economic toll of women missing work because of their menopause symptoms. And now we are seeing a push from employers and even from one state to try to help change that.
This morning I woke up in a delicate puddle of sweat, nature's way of saying good morning during menopause.
This morning, as the conversation around menopause turns more public, with celebrities like Naomi Watts, Oprah, and Halle Berry opening up about their menopause journeys, women like Chris Rogers in California are also speaking out about the need for accommodations in the workplace.
I just couldn't do it anymore, and it became a big issue.
She quit her office job after experiencing menopause symptoms, including mood swings, joint pain, and heavy bleeding at work.
I was having to go to the bathroom like every half an hour, and it's really disruptive to your workday.
She's not alone. Stanford researchers called economic losses the menopause penalty.
Their report estimating that working women's earnings may decline 10% in the 4 years after they were diagnosed with menopause, when they had to work fewer hours or leave the workforce altogether because of their symptoms.
We midlife women are definitely at the peak of our careers and we're needed in the workforce. And if we can't perform our jobs, then that's really significant.
Companies and policymakers are taking note. This summer, Rhode Island became the first state to pass a law requiring that employers provide reasonable accommodation to women going through menopause. Doctors say that can include offering better ventilation or giving the option to opt out of a uniform to help women manage hot flashes, and setting time aside for more frequent bathroom breaks.
Half of our population is women, and every single woman that lives long enough is going to go through menopause, and most of us are going to have symptoms of some kind. I think there just needs to be more flexibility in general in our workplaces.
The FDA did just approve a second non-hormonal drug that can help treat hot flashes during menopause. So those medications are taken once daily. They could help more women deal with their symptoms during the workday, guys.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Turn now to our GMA Strong event, live on the front lines of the growing food crisis, with the suspension of federal food assistance now in its 7th day. Will Ganss is in Newburgh, New York, at the Regional Food Bank of Hudson Valley's emergency pop-up pantry. Good morning, Will.
Hey, good morning, George. That's right. In this part of the country, 300,000 people in this region of the Hudson Valley rely on federal food assistance programs, which is why this emergency pop-up pantry has been put on by Regional Food Bank Hudson Valley. In fact, these folks are expecting to hand out 25,000 pounds of food today. Some of these cars have been here since before the sun came up. But I want to bring in my friend Tom Nardacci. Tom of Regional Food Bank Hudson Valley. Talk to me a little bit about increased demand that you've seen in this week alone.
Yeah, thanks, Will. You know, as soon as this announcement came out, as soon as these benefits were cut, SNAP benefits, the need really doubled and tripled. In communities like this in the Hudson Valley, Newburgh, this is representative of what's happening all across America. 6,000 people in this small city receive SNAP. They woke up Saturday without benefits. So that's why we knew we had to activate. We have all volunteers here. We're providing the highest quality food we can, and we appreciate you being here highlighting it.
Well, we appreciate the work that you're doing. You and I talked a little bit before the cameras were up about the fear that, is it enough? Are we doing enough? Is anybody seeing it? I'm here to tell you what you're doing is enough. Folks are seeing you. These neighbors that are helping their neighbors, you're inspiring acts of kindness all over the country. This morning, our friends at Tyson Foods want to donate $50,000 to Regional Food Bank Hudson Valley. That's awesome. Tom, yeah.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Tom, talk to me a little bit about what that means. What kind of help you'll be able to provide with a donation like that?
Well, I'm going to, right off the bat, that amount of money is going to provide 250,000 meals.
Wow.
So that's food bank math. We're so appreciative of Tyson. We have food industry partners that most of the food we get here is donated product.
Yeah.
And we can't do it without supporters like that. So that's an amazing announcement. I'm surprised to hear it. Thank you.
We're so happy to help you. Thank you for the work that you're doing. My friends over here, thank you for the work that you're doing. Back to you guys in the studio.
And Will, Ganss, thank you for the work you're doing, and appreciate all these corporations that are chipping in to help those in need. And Ashan Singh is in Lowell, Arkansas, with more on the people impacted and those making a difference. Good morning, Ashan.
Yeah, morning, Michael. This is the first federal shutdown where politicians did not account for emergency funding for SNAP benefits, and Americans across the country are struggling. Now, protein is one of the most requested items at food banks across the country, but one of the least donated. But here at the Northwest Arkansas Food Bank, Tyson Foods has actually funded a protein pack plant that allows for the distribution and delivery of protein that families so sorely need. Now, you guys, protein is one of those things that when they redistribute and repackage these things for this protein pack room, what it actually allows for is these individual and family-sized servings to get repackaged and distributed to families, which is a huge struggle for food distribution centers across the country. Now, because of this protein pack room, Tyson Foods is able to supply 40,000 pounds of protein to the Northwest Arkansas Food Bank. And joining me now, I've got John Tyson here, chairman of Tyson Foods. John, thanks so much for being here.
Glad to.
How much food does 40,000 pounds of protein actually supply?
Well, each truckload is 160,000 meals, and we've done over 400 trucks already this year. That's 64 million servings across the country. But I think what's unique about this pack room, it allows a gap in the distribution system to take bulk, break it down, to put them into small units so when families come in. The other thing is they redistribute this product all across the country. This ideal started in Indianapolis. But for me, it's the men and women at Tyson Foods that allow us to commit and volunteer and make these meals for the community and to the food banks across America who are making a difference during this holiday season. It's pretty special.
Yeah, and John, why is this such an important mission for you guys at Tyson Foods?
Well, my granddad and my father said it's very simple. You live and work in communities, you got to give back to your communities, and in the end, the good Lord's blessed me.
John, 160,000 meals. Thank you so much for your donation. It's definitely going to help. It's unbelievable. Guys.
Incredible to see you, everything that people are showing up to do. Thank you, Ashan.
Yeah, and thanks to all those who are donating. And the amount going to Americans in need this morning totals over $4 million, even more. Yeah, and even more with your contributions. So please keep them coming. And if you or someone you know needs help with food, go to the QR code on your screen or dial 211 to find food in your area. Scan that same QR code to find out how you can help.
All right, it's a big day in theaters for Elle Fanning, starring in 2 movies opening today.
Busy.
One of them is Predator Badlands. Welcome back to Good Morning America. Thank you. How are you? You're a ray of sunshine on this Friday.
Thank you so much.
And a busy girl at that.
Yes, it's a big day, an exciting day. 2 extremely different films.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about this one because you've said that this one is a Predator movie, unlike any other. If you think you know it, you don't.
Certainly, yes. It is. Dan Trachtenberg has really pushed this franchise. He's kind of reinvented it into this bold new terrain. And this time, it's the Predator is the protagonist. So you get to kind of learn his backstory, which has never been done before.
Are we rooting for the Predator?
You are.
Wow.
Wow. I know, the deadliest hunter in the universe might have a soft side.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Let's take a
I get to play an alien synth. So it's kind of the alien universe is in the Predator universe this time. So it's a little mashup.
No.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I did not mean to interrupt you. Let's take a look at a clip.
Oh, great.
Why'd you stop? Let's get out of here.
Looks pretty stressful. How big of a challenge is it to play an alien?
It's a big one, like especially in this particular case, because I am an android from the alien world and I am cut in half. And the whole time I am riding on his back like a backpack, which we did for real.
Whoa, really?
No way.
So what, your legs were just hanging off somewhere?
Yes,
And then they just CGI'd them out?
Exactly, yeah. They were in these blue stockings and like hanging in a sling. And we were hooked up together back to back, flying through the air, doing these fight sequences with Demetrius, who's unbelievable as the Predator.
I assumed that was CGI. That's real? You're on his back?
It's real. I have some great like BTS photos that I want to post. Like, you won't believe the wire work.
I mean, that's trust.
It is.
Yeah, I'm amazed. Man, wow, okay.
We
that's
shocked
fantastic.
Michael.
You shocked me. Well, but something else that you're doing, Effie Trinket. Next year, right? You're in the Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping, which is just such an incredible franchise. What was it like to get that call?
Ooh, that was so exciting. I think the fans I have to thank for that, because I think the studio said they kind of hounded them so much because they kind of fan casted me when they read the book. And so super cool. And Effie's always been my favorite. So Elizabeth Banks, she's just what she did with that character.
So excited to see that. And lots of people are excited to see the second film of yours opening today, Sentimental Value. You are a very busy person.
Yes, so thank you. No, we had a premiere last night. I think it was last night.
If you don't know, it's good because you're so busy, we understand.
Gotta stay present.
Right now.
Yes, GMA,
You're either a half person or
in Norway. It's a film Joachim Trier directed. It's a Norwegian film starring Stellan Skarsgård, and I play an American actress in that one. So that I could relate to.
Is it?
No, it's kind of a family drama. Yeah, it's about a fractured family, and Stellan plays a director, and so it's kind of also about like the healing power of art and, you know, focusing on your career, balancing your family, and it's very beautiful.
And it's already getting amazing reviews as well. And it's doing very, very well.
And the most serious question, when are you taking a break?
Well, I mean, Thanksgiving I'll be home with my family.
Oh,
nice. Yes.
But we're happy you're doing all this work because we love when you got to come here to talk about it. And we love watching you on the big screen.
Thank you. I love this. It's so nice to see you guys always.
Congratulations on everything.
Yeah,
and I
huge.
hope that you've gotten a couple of good massages after
Yeah.
riding on the Predator's back.
I did. During filming for sure. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Elle Fanning. Congrats. Not one, but two films. Everybody go check out Predator Badlands. It's out today, as is Sentimental Value, in select theaters. Coming up on GMA, very special Deals and Steals. Guys, these are Oprah's favorite things.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
And right there, that was Hilary Duff's single Mature, released overnight, marking her first new music in a decade. And she says part of the inspiration was her own past, and fans are already loving it.
I'm
You can
loving
tell
it.
why.
I'm loving it.
And
The
it is streaming
lyrics?
everywhere right now.
The lyrics are
Number
nice
one,
and spicy.
she's stunning. Second of all, like it's already. Thanks, Hillary. I'll be doing it all day.
Yeah, good vibes. Good vibes, Hillary.
Yeah. Let's go to Michael.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for you all to mature over there on that couch. You know, right now we got Deals and Steals for you. It's the 29th annual Oprah's Favorite Things, full of great holiday gift ideas. Some on GMA for the first time. Tori Johnson and Oprah Daily creative director Adam Glassman are here to tell us all about them. Good morning, you two. You got some great stuff here.
We do. We're starting off with Butter Blue because they do the greatest family jammies. We're always on the hunt for them. Everything from a little baby to grandma, everything in between, even dog outfits. You can choose from 14 different patterns. We love this one. Oprah chose the trees that are right next to you
I
right
like
there
that.
because she
Little
loves the tree.
snow on them.
Yeah.
They're very nice.
And the fabric, super soft, so
Yeah.
everyone's going to be happy and comfortable.
All organic cotton, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And they're all 50% off.
50%
So we
off.
love that.
Even including the babies and the dogs.
Exactly.
Okay, for the tea lover, Donut Tea does the most delicious teas that they source from all over the world. Look at this tea library right here.
I thought it was a book.
I know, that's why Oprah loved it. You open it up and you have 36 different tea sachets from around the globe with a map that tells you where these ingredients came from.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
So you get like the experience with it as well.
I'm all over that.
Isn't that
I
nice?
know,
It's
yeah.
and it
Really
makes
good.
like the presentation makes
It's
such
beautiful.
a gorgeous gift. But
then-
that's true with all of it.
All of it, because they have loose teas, they have their concentrates, their chais, their matchas. People love donut. It's really a delicious tea
And you're
blend.
gonna love it because it's all 50%
Yeah.
off.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
All right.
Now, you know that Mahjong is a really
Yeah.
hot game right
Yep.
now. If you want to try, but are afraid to, because some people have a little bit of intimidation because it's a little tough.
Difficult.
Mini Mahjong is the game for you because it simplifies the game and it teaches everyone from 6 to 106 to play. So it's a great family game. You get all of these beautiful tiles, you get all the accessories. Everyone gets their own easy to follow guidebook.
which helps.
And you choose from 3 different patterns. They are,
I'm
it's so much
sensing
fun.
like Strahan family game night with the girls and grandma.
That's a
Everyone's
good
getting
one.
in on the action.
I will not
And
lose.
you
That's all I'm saying.
You can't lose because it's 50% off.
Yeah, you can't lose when it's 50% off.
There
That's
you
true.
go. There you go. All right.
I think a great coffee book makes for a great gift.
Agreed.
Don't you? And
Yes.
Biden does some of the most beautiful books out there for adults and children. I have to show you this Annie Leibovitz book right
I
here.
love Annie Leibovitz.
It's a
Stunning.
2-volume
Yeah.
set.
Look at how gorgeous this one is.
Oprah
Look at that.
loved this one. Open up to this picture right here.
Bam.
Annie has really photographed all of the greatest celebrities and athletes and politicians through the years. It's a 2-volume set that is
You get
just
this, and
gorgeous.
look at that picture. But you know
Look at
which
this
one?
picture
I
here,
also want to
Taylor,
show.
which is
Can you
great.
grab that black one in front for
Yes,
Michael? I got to
exactly.
swap this for you. Look at this one for a car enthusiast.
The Atlas of Car Design.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking this one.
Right? I
That
mean,
one
it's
is really good.
It's so stunning. So that one's for you, and then for Onyx,
you.
look at these.
Look
Look at
at
these
this.
little ones. If you got a little one in your life, these gorgeous books for the little
And
ones.
then
Oh,
when you're not
Look,
reading
as
it,
soon
it
as
stands
you
up like a
mention
globe.
his grandson, he melts.
I know he melts.
Look, his face melts.
Okay, I'm all over
Okay,
that.
this is all of your
I can't put it in my suit pocket, but I'm taking it.
There you go. All 50% off. Really big, gorgeous assortment.
Great.
Okay,
That's
maybe this
fantastic.
might be the smartest gift you give.
I agree, because this is for the health and wellness and longevity lover. These are Mosh protein bars, created by Maria Shriver and her son Patrick Schwarzenegger. They are delicious. You get 12 in this holiday gift set. It really supports brain health and body health. And a portion of the proceeds go to the Women's Alzheimer Movement at the Cleveland Clinic.
Okay.
I'll tell
They
you,
are soft and
a
delicious.
lot of these kind of bars, like, they don't taste good.
Well,
they
I'm
might
about
be
to give it a
super
shot.
healthy.
Okay, you're saying that, I know.
These are phenomenal.
They are
the
delicious.
peanut butter, and they sent them to me. I was like, all right,
I
I'll
love the
try.
lemon white one. It's really
Peanut butter
good.
chocolate chip's my favorite. What is that?
This chocolate chip is very good.
Chocolate chip. I mean,
the mint chocolate chip is everyone's gonna go for this one. The crunchy
Like
one.
Maria knows what's up.
She does,
It was
for
also
sure.
her birthday and your birthday, so happy
I
birthday
know,
to her
we do.
and
We share
Maria.
birthdays, yeah.
50% off. She's giving us for her birthday. These are good. They're so delicious,
They're really
and they're
good.
good for you. Yeah.
And then finally, Laura Geller, as you know, makes the most phenomenal makeup for women. Grown women is what we appreciate. In this box right here, you get this 3 palettes for your eyes and your face. Everything you need to make up your face, 1, 2, 3. That's what we loved about it. It's a perfect stocking stuffer. But
So good.
we have a wide arrangement of Laura's makeup. So you can choose from anything from the makeup brushes, which are great.
And that's we were saying, like,
Yeah.
if you don't know somebody's shade and you want to give them Laura Geller, first, all shades are fabulous, but the brushes make gorgeous gifts. Always easy, always appreciated. You guys, you know you can't go wrong with Laura Geller. I think Lara's on the couch already shopping because this is one of her favorites.
I know, and Oprah uses this makeup too. We've chosen it many times.
There you
Yes,
go.
yes.
And Laura Geller, even more than 50% off today with gifts starting at $16.
All right, we got you, Lara. Adam, thank you. Corey, thank you. As
Thank you.
always, Oprah, thank you. You know, we partner with these companies on these great products. You can get them at gmadeals.com. You can scan that QR code and you can shop 6 more brands straight from the new list of Oprah's favorites.
Now, with the right fit to help you stay warm and look great this winter. And GMA lifestyle contributor Lori Bergamato is here. Let's talk coats.
Let's do it. I know you love a fashion segment,
I do.
right?
I do.
So let's bring out our first model, Lara. Come on out, Hermania. Okay, so this is from Uniqlo. We know people are traveling, or we keep talking about travel, right?
Yep.
We want to make things easier where we can, and this is one way we can. This is from Uniqlo. So this jacket is sort of the gold standard for a few reasons if you guys are traveling anywhere this fall or winter, because first of all, it packs into a tiny little pouch,
I was
right?
gonna say.
But it's super, super warm.
Oh, there's the pouch.
Yep, there's the little pouch that it comes in. It also
And-
has an anti-static. You know when you wear a puffer,
Yes.
you take your coat off and then
And
your
your
hair
hair
is like mad
explodes.
scientist? This has an anti-static lining and it repels light rain. So kind of wherever you're going, this
does
is
the
your
job.
go-to. And it's really
and
warm.
it's like a blanket on the plane because it is so warm. And the weight, the lightness is fabulous.
Absolutely, and they use like a special Japanese technology to do that fiber fill so that it doesn't add volume, but it does add warmth.
And
so
if you
it's
don't
very
like that
lightweight.
beautiful rose shade, it comes in a million
different
colors.
shades. It really does, but that is the gold standard. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, so how do we take the office coat to a new level?
There was a lot of chatter about the office coat because people are like, I want to wear my puffer, which you could.
Yeah.
But if you have like a big meeting or you want something that looks
maybe,
a little more
maybe
sleek.
not a puffer.
Exactly. Come on out, Cholita. So we actually found this one at
Come
Old
on,
Navy.
Cholita, you look great.
How expensive does this coat look?
Very.
Well, let me tell you, it is under $70.
Oh, you wear it well.
She wears it so well. And Lara, the thing about a coat like this, right now we're seeing a lot of searches go up for pea coats.
Yep.
But a lot of women we talked to said, you know, I don't know, a pea coat sometimes looks a little too young for me.
Yep.
But this kind of marries all
It's
of
elevated.
the best silhouette elements with this oversized. They call this a wool trench. So
It's got like vibes of the row.
it does. It definitely does. The other thing that we love about this is that it really is made for all bodies. It goes up to a size 4X, so it's really for everyone. And the thing you
And
want
who
to
makes
remember,
this?
this is Old Navy.
Oh, wow.
And the thing you want to remember about this is that the shoulder should really hit on the shoulder and not fall down, because that's what tends to make these go from oversized to looking sloppy.
Yep. Okay, great. Thank you so much. All right, so what's up next?
The puffer. So now we do want to talk about the actual
Like a
puffer.
real big puffer.
So come on out, Erin. So this is from a puffy puffer. So this is from Aritzia, and this searches for puffers are up 71% this year. This is the Super Puff from Aritzia. Comes in a million different colors.
I like the shine.
Very trendy, yes. And this is what I was going to say about puffers. Look for elements that elevate it, like a high gloss. Also, if you're wearing a puffer, cropped is kind of the way to go sometimes, unless you live in a very cold area.
Yeah.
This is the way to go
because mid-thigh is tricky.
Yes, and because it adds volume to a place you don't want to add volume.
Correct.
So cropping it here is really great. And this is keeps you warm in sub-zero temperatures.
Yeah, my daughter
incredible.
raves about Aritzia, and they have a lot of colors.
And Aritzia is one of those brands I feel like that transcends generations because you're saying your daughter.
And they were like on the puffer train early.
Exactly. So that is a great place to go. Thank you so much, Erin. And then finally,
I was going to say, take it to the weekend, baby.
The Weekend Warrior, come on out, Chantal. So this is from Beyond Yoga. It's a female-founded brand.
Work it,
Chantal. What's great about this, you can see it's got that quilted jacket on the outside, but Chantal, will you
show that
reverse it for us?
inside.
It has a boucle fleece on the outside. Really great, 2 jackets in one. We love a good 2 for here at GMA. And again, comes in lots of different colors. Really, really great quality on this jacket.
You're so
there's
cute.
Something for everyone.
Yeah, there sure is. Thank you so much, and a lot of helpful information as always.
Thank you.
You are the best, Lori B. And guys, you can shop all of Lori's work. They're all on our website, or you can scan the QR code. It's right there on your screen. Ginger, we're gonna head it over to you to find out what kind of coat we need.
All right, Lara, well, we'll get to the temperatures in a moment. But first, fans are counting down to the release of Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Yep, it's just a week away now. This segment is sponsored by Activision and their popular video game series. Call of Duty has sold more than 500 million copies. We've got a special guest with us, an Activision spokesperson who plays the character of the Replacer. So, the Replacer, you have one of the most unique careers. Please tell us about yourself.
Well, you know about me. I'm the Replacer. I can replace you so you can play Call of Duty Black Ops 7 this coming Friday.
Well, you've been busy all morning. I hear you've been filling in for people around the studio, so let's take a look.
Oh, monitor number 12. Quick, change. No, that's monitor 8. Oh, we going live, folks. We going live.
Hey, relax. We're in a commercial break. None of this is going live.
Well, I'm going live, Tootsie. Oh, cleaning is so much fun. Oh, it's become so shiny and clean. And one for Daddy.
What are you doing? You're in the shot.
I am the shot. You know, the camera loves me. Check this out.
That was something. So do you want to go ahead and give the weather a try?
The weather, yeah. I'm a pro. You know, when it comes to digits and numbers and where is Buffalo? Hey, Buffalo! Buffalo, special place. You know, we got 57. You know, I replaced the milkman.
Oh.
Up in Buffalo, a long time ago. Cold drought. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Typically.
negative 50.
Right.
So, but I met this girl, Sheila. She was the love of my life.
Oh, that's beautiful. She's very personal.
Sheila, if you're out there, if you're watching, I still love you.
You all right? Yeah? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you to the Replacer for joining us. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is out next Friday, November 14th. Sheila, we love you.
Ginger, I think the question is, are you all right? It is great to see you here. And coming up here on GMA, we are cooking with Andrew Zimmern. It's going to be great. Yeah. We are back, and we are thrilled to have Emmy and James Beard award-winning chef Andrew Zimmern here with us. He has a new book out called The Blue Food Cookbook. It is full of recipes for sustainable cooking, and he's got to show us some of that perfect for this fall morning. It is so great to see you, Andrew.
Likewise.
I was appreciating your Minnesota. You don't have the roots, but you've been there longer than New York, where you grew up.
Yeah.
So I love it, and I love a Minnesota shout-out. I can't help myself. But I love that this new book is really breaking down blue food, seafood, seafood. And people, you know, it can be a little scary to do seafood, but you're really breaking it down.
It's very intimidating to people, you know, fresh versus frozen, wild versus farmed. And at the end of the day, we need to do two things. We need to eat more blue foods, right?
Yes.
It's good for our wellness,
Yes, and all
our
the good
economy,
diets,
our planet, it helps with our climate crisis. It's the healthiest protein you could put into your body. We need to embrace that, and we need to make it a part of our daily lives. And this is a great way to do that, and a great side dish for or a salad main course for dinner, especially now that the weather's getting a little cooler.
Yes, it's the kind of thing we crave now.
This is the acorn squash, the smoked salmon, right?
Cut into melon-type pieces, and if you want to take those, put them here.
Sure, but you kept the skin on. Is there a reason for that?
We did, yes. I like to over-roast them a little bit. You get that textural play. All great food is about contrast. All great food. So the more that we can caramelize this and get the skin a little crunchy and crispy, season with those goodies and a little bit of oil.
So I start in here with the oil?
Absolutely.
Or on here with the oil?
In here with the oil is always easiest, right?
We're going to start with some oil, get all of these. You got the garlic here and the salt and pepper.
I'm toasting some fennel seed and some walnut that is going to then get warmed with a little bit of olive oil that is going to become the basis for our dressing. I'm going to have you move down here. Once that has cooked for a little while and you get all of those wonderful flavors infused in there, we dump this in there and we add a little bit of maple syrup. Again, contrast the sweetness with the saltiness, some shallots, some sherry wine vinegar, some salt and pepper, and remember the olive oil is already in there.
And is it good to serve it with a warmth still in the dressing, or doesn't it matter?
I love it served with the warmth in the dressing, but you have to remember then it's going to affect your greens, and the beauty of this is that we're going to hit the vinaigrette in 3 different places. Do you want to give that a little toss? That's mint, parsley, and arugula. You can use anything that you want. If you would take this spoon and place the squash there, I'm also going to put a little dressing on the hot smoked salmon, right? So it's nice and flaky. So you have it smoky, it's sweet, it's absolutely craveable and delicious. That's a great job.
Thank you.
That looks great. Throw some of that in the middle here. Oh, not that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was off to a good start.
Do you want to know something? Everyone can do it their way, but we want to make sure everyone gets a little bit of everything. And
with
then
the smoked salmon, it's okay to be frozen, or are we looking for only fresh?
No. The most important thing is not fresh or frozen. The most important thing with seafood is it responsibly sourced? Does it come from a sustainable fishery? You ask the person behind the counter. Supermarkets are a great gatekeeper these days. Restaurants are a great gatekeeper. People understand that we have to protect our oceans so that we can produce out of them. So develop a relationship with the people at the store. Big box stores, supermarkets are doing an incredible job. So then all we want to do is flake. Let's just give them a little more salmon, a little more of that vinaigrette just drizzled over this. And here we have all of these wonderful contrasts. And I think this looks
great.
Beautiful and tastes even better.
I don't have a fork, but I'm staring at it.
And then you brought some tapas too.
Well, you know, pan con tomate is a classic tapa, and obviously we put bucarones, anchovies that are cured in vinegar, tinned fish, frozen fish in the supermarket, and fresh and defrosted or frozen defrosted at the counter. Seafood's available in 3 different places in the market. We need to avail ourselves of that. And this is a wonderful cranberry apple crumble that's in the book. But we put dulsa in it, a wonderful seaweed.
So
we need to eat more sea vegetables. By 2050, we're going to have more weight in seaweed produced in this country than potatoes, and it's good for you and your joints, your brain health.
And it tastes great.
Most importantly, blue food is what's for dinner.
Excellent. Andrew, thank you so much for being here with us. This was really fun. And you can get these recipes on goodmorningamerica.com. Andrew's Blue Food Cookbook is out now, and he will be back with us on GMA3 with more recipes.
Have a good day, guys.
Have a great weekend.